Yeah, Chris, one of my favorite things with EKASILK Plus is doing Corian or solid surface. This has been primarily done with conventional abrasives followed by non-wovens. When I first started working with the EKASILK Plus on Corian, it was kind of a play in progress because we'd seen some other sponge products out there on the market, and we wanted to make sure that what we turned out was a great finish. Corian's kind of a tricky sand. So, we went through a lot of different processes, and we came up with what we think is the best for, a matte and about a satiny type finish.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you see it a lot in the market?
I've seen it quite a bit, actually. The solid surface market's huge. You hear more people using this in the wood industry, but really on solid surface, this can transform the product and just take a lot of steps out of the process.
Yeah, let's see what we can do with this. We're going to start off with a 180 grit film. This is a lot better in taking down any deep scratches than the foam. The foam, again, is not a leveling tool. So you're going to need a conventional abrasive to start. So we're going to start with a 180. If you need to back up to a 120, if you've got some glued up seams, that's fine. You can go 120, 180, and you're fine. But since we don't have any seams, we're just going to start at the 180. Now, a couple of things to note, Chris, is that I've always started with the sander on the part. You want to start with the sander on the part. You want to stop with it off the part. The other thing is in the pattern that we use, we want to make sure we're not going in the same direction the whole time, because we'll create what you call corn rolls, and you'll be able to see that in your finish. Especially with the coated abrasives, it's going to leave you a definite mark, and you're going to be able to see the swirl of the 5-inch all the way down.
Mm-hmm. And you'll find that we're going to show you each step to get you to the finish you need in your shop.
This is a very fine, so this is going to be our next step. Now you generally would wipe our area off with a rag or some type of air chuck. We would blow it off, but we're just going to move on. We want the very fine. We want to go over the scratch pattern. The nice thing about the very fine is that you'll see that we don't see the corn rolls that you see with conventional abrasive. Also, if you note, I'm sanding very slow. That is very important in sanding. You don't want to speed your sander through it. The faster you go with the sander, the less rotation you have with the sander. You almost stop the rotation, causing more problems than what you're solving.
Right.
Again, make sure you wipe your surface down. You don't want to leave old sanding dust laying around to create more problems with your swirl.
Right. And the design of that EKASILK Plus with the unique foam and the way the grain is laid upon the foam, that's what allows that proper cushion, and that really is why this just excels in the solid surface market.
The nice thing too is that these guys are because of the low loading and the stretchability of the latex, as you're sanding, you'll see a little bit of dust collection inside. If you take an air chuck to this guy, it'll be brand new. This last step that I just did was super fine, and the super fine is the last step with the foam. Technically, you can get a good matte finish with this 3-step process. Most shops are looking at a matte finish. I like personally to go with a white non-woven at the end. The white non-woven allows you to just give you a little bit of buff, and it just gives you a little bit more shine. As you can see, it cleans up that surface really nice. That's our matte finish. We want to go to a satin finish. We can actually take it to the next step with the gray before the white, and we can get a little bit of a satin finish.
And we'll show you that in just a moment.
Yeah, Chris, we're going to finish up on this side with a satin finish, a little bit higher sheen. We use our Uneelon Non-Woven product, and we're going to take this up to like I said, a satin sheen. Again, all of this can be used wet. I choose to use it dry, so it's dry or wet. On this guy, we went 180, very fine, super fine, and then we hit it with the white buff. This is a non-abrasive pad, so it's just like a buffing pad. Right here, I've gone 180, very fine, super fine. We're going to go to the gray Uneelon. Again, the gray Uneelon is a silicon carbide, so it's a little bit sharper grain, so it's going to give you a little bit brighter finish than the EKASILK Plus. This guy is phenomenal when using it on solid surface. We're going to follow it up again with our non-abrasive white Uneelon. Again, this is just a buffing pad. I like them. Some shops use them, some don't. But I really like it because I feel like it gives you that little extra pop at the end.
Just very soft.
You can see at the end we got a little bit more shine on this guy. We're going to wipe him down a little bit and get all the dust off. Make sure that we get him good and clean. Yeah, Chris, so you can see, our finishes came out great. We went from where we started to a matte, to in between a satin and a semi-gloss finish. And we did it relatively quick, few steps. On the matte, we had 180, very fine and super fine, in the EKASILK Plus. And then we finished off with our Uneelon non-abrasive pad. On the satin semi-gloss finish, we were 180, very fine, super fine, the gray silicon carbide Uneelon, and then the white buffing pad. And it gave us just that little bit of pop. And I think that these are your basic steps, to get to a nice finish in the shop.
Makes for an easy system to use. And just like all of Unitas products, all of these are available in all the common formats in the solid surface industry, whether it's a 3-inch to drop for your sink bowls or an 11-inch to work with the larger sanders. Unitas got you covered, and the EKASILK Plus, a fantastic find. I think you should add it to your selection.
Hi, my name is Bruce Fuchs, and I'm the president of Unita. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like more information about the EKASILK Plus products, its applications, or just to request a sample, please click the link below. Thanks for watching, and happy sanding.